Hello and welcome to another episode of the Warning Mom podcast. Today, I'm going to be your host, Blake Malin, co-founder, CEO, Brooklynite, partner, son, brother, citizen of these United States. I don't know.
Cat dad.
Cat dad, dog dad. I'm here for a very special episode about Windup Dallas. And to join me is Kyle Starr.
Hello, hello. How's it going? Happy to be here.
Real dad.
Real dad.
Real human dad.
Correct.
Nelly Calhoun.
Hi. I'm the mother to no one.
We're talking Windup Dallas.
Yeah, we are.
It's just, as we record this, about a week away. Hard to believe. Heading down to Dallas for the second time ever. Right off the bat, let's get it out of the way. Date, time, location. If all you care about is where to go and when to go there, here you are. Nelly?
The Windup Watch Fair Dallas, our second annual, will take place on Friday, March 13th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, March 14th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, March 15th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Important to note, we have extended to a third day this year. So we will open on Friday, not Saturday like last year, and we'll have 3 full days. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Woohoo.
We will be returning to the same venue as last year. That's Hickory Street Annex at 501 South 2nd Avenue in Dallas, Texas. There is free parking at this venue. So make
Cool.
sure you look out for that.
Nice. Yeah, and I love that it's always free and open to the public. Bring all the fam.
Yeah.
Like, come and you don't have to register or anything. Just come and show up.
Correct. No registration needed. No prerequisite experience needed. You don't even have to have or own a watch. Just come on by, check out some really cool brands, some really great products, and have a good time. So that's what you need to know. March 13th through 15th at Hickory Street Annex in Dallas.
Sick. That was a great podcast, everybody.
Thanks for having us. See you next time.
Great job. But these podcasts about Windup are really very specific. Let's be frank. If you live in Seattle, Washington, and you're not planning on flying to Dallas, this is maybe not a podcast you need to listen to, because we're going to get deep into the deets on the Dallas Windup for all those people who are in the Dallas area, the Texas area, who are planning on coming to the show.
If you don't want to listen to this podcast anymore, like, what's a good podcast to go listen to? What are you listening to lately? What can you recommend?
What am I listening to? You know what? I just listened to an episode of Smartless with Brian Cox, which was really interesting. He lived a very interesting life. That was pretty cool. And another really good podcast that I recommend listening to is, I'm going to blank on it, so I guess I can't remember what it's called. So there you go, just that one. There's no other podcast that you should listen to.
Really? You can't think of one that would be
No.
maybe pertinent to this group of people to listen to?
Other than the Warning Mom
I'm
podcast?
just kidding. I thought you were going to plug Blank Check.
Oh,
We can cut this.
I'll plug Blank Check when Blank Check plugs the Warning Mom podcast. Thank you very
Wow.
much.
there you go.
Wow.
All right, so before we get to the whole sheboygan here, let's do the customary wrist check. Nelly, what are you wearing?
I am wearing a Rolex Oyster Perpetual. It's a baby Rolex, a little vintage piece that I picked up from Eric Wind at a Windup Watch Fair in New York a couple years ago. Love this thing.
That's great.
I haven't worn it in a while. I picked it up today and I thought, yeah, it's going to be this
That's how it
one
goes.
for me today.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Great watch. Eric had that watch at one point, and then it was gone like the wind to Nelly. Oh. Kyle, what watch are you wearing?
Wearing my Serica. It's the 6190. It's kind of their field watch, but with the dive watch indices on it. And picked this up at Windup San Francisco last year. Really hard not to wear this every day. I'll be honest. I grab it pretty much once a day and have it on my wrist. Serica's going to be at Dallas this year for the first time, which is great.
That's true.
So,
Sick.
yeah. What are you wearing?
Oh, boy. I'm wearing a Christopher Ward Loco Brooklynite, which is a limited edition we did for the 10th year of anniversary in New York last year. We made 100 of them. They're all gone. Can't get them. Sorry. They're pretty sick. I like wearing mine a lot. And that's what I have on my wrist.
Cool.
Another brand that will be represented at Dallas.
Very much so.
Very true.
Sort of a new hometown transplant brand of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Their first U.S. showroom in Frisco, Texas.
Yep, it's true. Just opened a New York showroom.
Sure did.
Congrats to everybody over there for that. All right, so where do we want to start? Where are we getting started with Windup?
We can talk lead sponsors since we just kind of broke the ice there with talking, Christopher Ward. So we have 3 lead sponsors in this particular venue, Christopher Ward being one of them. I was talking to Michael Pearson just the other day, and he wanted me to shout out that they will have a fresh batch of C63 Sealander Extreme GMTs, which is their overbuilt dive watch with those big chunky kind of blocks of loom ceramic on them. So those were always like really cool when they first came out, and they have a whole new batch of them in the GMT format. So that will be cool to check those out at their booth there at the show. We were Nelly and I were just talking about this, but Young Hans is going to be a lead sponsor this year for Dallas, which we're really, really excited about. I think they're really on an interesting trajectory. They're actually technically returning as a lead sponsor. They were a lead sponsor in New York in 2022. So they're coming back for this particular one. And I'm really excited because I was talking to them last week, and they are going to be debuting their first dive watch since like 1980 that they've ever had in their collection. And it's really, really cool looking, like really awesome colorways. It's called the Aquarius Diver. And
we can talk about that?
Yeah, because they're going to be having it on display there, and we'll also be able to sign up for early purchase at the fair.
Cool.
It's not out for a few months, but this is kind of the debut of it, which is
nice,
super cool. Great colors. I'm pumped to see it in person. And then, of course, returning ever with us is Oris, one of the most consistent and like long-term lead sponsor we've ever had. We're super excited to have them back, and they will be showing off the watch that I think we've been talking a lot about here at the office, which is their big crown pointer date bullseye. We just did a cool event here in our Brooklyn showroom with this one, where we were literally throwing darts at dartboards, celebrating the bullseye. So that'll be great. If you haven't seen that one in person, it's that classic pointer date complication, but with that kind of, I don't know, kind of tuxedo style dial.
They really hit the mark with that one.
Good one.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 great lead sponsors and cool watches that they're bringing to the fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And outside of our lead sponsors, we have some special activations and moments at the fair, returning again to Dallas this year. And, our long-term beverage partner, Bruichladdich, is coming and supporting anyone who needs to wet their whistle at the Bruichladdich bar. A great Scotch brand. They'll also be having a tasting. So if you missed it last year, now's your opportunity. Kyle, do you want to talk a little bit about our official movement sponsor?
Yeah. So we kind of created this new designation back in New York last year for a brand who came to us who was really excited to get to know the enthusiasts more and more, and that's Miyota. So Miyota obviously has been powering a lot of watches in the enthusiast community for a long time, and even though our event is very much a B2C event, it's all about the consumer. It's all about getting watches into your hands. Miyota is obviously powering watch brands, but they understand, and I think it's really cool, that having a direct communication with the end consumer of their product is a big deal in making sure that they're creating the movements and creating the value that we're looking for as enthusiasts. So I really applaud Miyota for coming in this year as our official movement sponsor. and telling their story in interactive ways and making sure that, they're also hearing what we as, enthusiasts are saying. So it's great. We're excited to have Miyota back as the official movement sponsor of Windup.
Absolutely. In addition, fan favorite Sunflower Man will be doing some live paintings at the event. That's in partnership with our friends at the Watch Preserve, locals in Fort Worth. And then our friends at Fossil will be bringing along a watchmaker, and that watchmaker will be able to adjust bracelets and change out straps at the fair. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. If you pick up something new and amazing, you can head on over to the Fossil booth and get it adjusted and walk out with something shiny and new on your wrist.
Giddy up.
I don't really think about... it's hard to put yourself in the position of somebody going to the show, having put the show on for a very long time. But just thinking about it, so it's free and you can see all these sick watches.
Yep.
And you can get a drink of whiskey. You can get a whiskey tasting.
Sure.
You can talk to all these sick people. You can buy a sick watch that maybe you haven't been able to buy otherwise. You can go over to a watchmaker and have the bracelet resized or have your new strap put on it or whatever the case may be. All free.
It's a pretty cool event. Whoever thought this up, real genius.
Jeez Louise, give them the
good
afternoon
time.
off.
No, it is cool. And I like to take moments like this to kind of reflect on what a cool opportunity this event is for the enthusiast. And we've talked about this before, and I've definitely said this on a previous podcast episode, but a lot of what we do here at Worn and Wound exists in the digital space. And it's always really fun to show up and be in person, to sort of see our community in front of us in physical form. And, all of everything that we do at Worn and Wound exists at a Windup Fair. It's the community. Our editorial team is there checking out new stuff and talking to our audience. Our media team is there capturing the experience. Our retail team is there. And we just really try to put on a fun event that we would want to go to. And we think about those details. To that end, the fun doesn't stop at buying watches and adjusting the bracelets and talking to cool brands and having a drink of whiskey and seeing live painting and learning about the movements.
What on earth could we also add to the event beyond that?
Well, each day there will be a food truck at the event too.
What fun. Not free, unfortunately.
Well, everything else is. But what will be a fun free event is on Saturday, Bulova is hosting the Bulova Block Party and BBQ.
What?
At the event beginning at 4:30 in the afternoon and running a little bit later than the actual close of the fair, so wrapping at 7 p.m. So again, Saturday, March 14th from 4:30 to 7 p.m. We will have a barbecue food truck. We will have live music. And we have some really cool activations that Bulova is bringing in on Saturday, including the custom Stetson 6666 Airstream, celebrating Bulova's collaboration with Stetson. They have a collection together. So that will be really exciting. Inside the Airstream, we're going to be showing off and featuring all of the Stetson timepieces as well as a Stetson hat. From what I understand, staple for being in Texas is a big Stetson hat. And the Bulova X Stetson collaborative timepiece available via raffle, which is really a cool opportunity.
So are we talking like $100, $200 to take part in that barbecue? $5,000?
Free, my friend.
What? Even the food?
The food you will pay for.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But the first 100 people to RSVP, which we will include the link to RSVP in our show notes, will be provided with complimentary drink tickets courtesy of Bulova. for the event. But Blake, you kind of steamrolled me because that's not all that's happening at this barbecue, man. So much more.
Okay.
The legendary Aaron Shelby, grandson of Carol Shelby, will be making an appearance along with vehicles from the Texas Team Shelby. So we'll have a number of Shelby cars parked at the event, which you could check out. And also, of course, Bulova has done a really cool collab with Shelby as well.
Wow.
So if you show up to this barbecue on Saturday, you're getting Stetson Airstream, you're getting Shelby cars, you're getting live music, you're getting barbecue, you're getting bar, and
We're giving away a car.
no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Oprah, cool your roll. There will also be an on-site personalized chain-stitched bandanas for anyone who purchases a Bulova watch on Saturday.
Holy cow.
And don't worry, I talked to TJ and you guys, we have an in. We can get worn and wound chain-stitched bandanas.
Wowza.
So
We just spoiled
pays
that
to be in the game.
Yeah, totally. I'm looking forward to it.
But it's going to be a really fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like a blast.
really excited.
And we're so grateful to Bulova for like having the forethought to be like, let's do this, let's make this a big deal and, bring these kind of, experiences to Windup.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm like a little overwhelmed by how much.
Are you hearing all that? You're kind of hearing that for the first time, at least
Yeah,
all
a
of
little
it.
bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm aware, obviously, that these things are happening, but not to that level of specificity or detail. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, and some of that is coming together like very last minute, but that's a little too much behind the curtain. Sorry.
That's the event world, baby.
Cut that out. No, it's great.
Yeah. Another thing that I think is kind of cool is, especially, we always like to kind of like help the regional brands that are in the different spots around Windup. And, for like last year in San Francisco, we kind of had an area dedicated to some of the Bay Area brands, and we always kind of shut out the brands in Chicago. But this year we're doing what we're calling the Texas Roundup. It's a section of Windup dedicated to all of the brands that are participating from the state of Texas, which obviously includes brands like Fossil and Watch Preserve, but we also have a new brand to Windup called Watch Innovation Straps. So it's a strap maker that's going to be there. And then also, I just want to shout out Dufresne and Jack Mason and the Trafford Watch Co. have really bound together to create what's called the Texas Watchmaker Collective. And this is just a new kind of enthusiast and collector group where people who love watches, and if you're in Texas, great. If you're not in Texas, you can still be a part of it. But it's a collective that's really focused on watchmaking in the state. And yeah, we're really excited to kind of have this section of Windup dedicated to these local brands.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Shout out to Dufresne. Saw them at Intersect last week, and they just celebrated their 10-year anniversary, which is huge.
Wow,
so
big deal.
Big shout out to them. Yeah.
10-year club.
Yeah, it's huge.
I saw him on the street in New York during Windup New York, like just a couple of months ago in October. And I waved at him and he waved at me. And then some dude in like the coolest Porsche just pulled up and opened the door and he climbed in. And I was just like, what? And he's like, kind of gave me like, I don't know. And just sped off in a Porsche. Just like, it was a very cool New York moment for a guy from Texas.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never done anything that cool in New York.
Yeah. It's like a vintage, really cool Porsche.
Nice.
Yeah.
You had kind of a little sports car though at one point.
Yeah, please. Not on that level. It was not.
I mean, but
it was my
it had
early
like
midlife
a
crisis car.
triangle cylinder. What was it?
It was a Mazda RX-8. It had a rotary engine in it. It was the last rotary engine that Mazda made. It's not the RX-7, which is the cool one. It's the RX-8. No one cares about the RX-8.
I thought it was cool.
I
No, it's
definitely
cool,
had to
and it's
climb
fun.
in there when we went once on a trip to Chicago, and I don't know heads or tails about cars, but it was low to the ground and hard to get into and hard to navigate how to put my carry-on suitcase in the backseat. So to me, it felt kind of like one of those cool New York moments where a little sporty car pulls up and you like climb in.
They're fun because the whole gag with the rotary engines like that one is they rev to like 9,000 RPM. So you're just like
Endless.
yeah, it's super fun, high rev. quick enough. But the thing with the RX-8, just like the Miata, it's like a perfect 50-50 weight distribution between the front and the back. And it's rear wheel drive. So it's just like a very fun enthusiast car, even though it's not like actually a very fancy sports car and like it doesn't have a ton of power.
Am I totally off base that there's something about triangles?
Yeah. A rotary engine.
Okay, phew.
It's a triangular housing with the thing that spins around.
Okay,
That's
cool.
how.
I don't know anything about cars. I had to call Blake once when I got a flat tire because I was like, what do I do?
I don't know.
And no one in my life, my dad didn't answer. I was like, who else will know how to deal with this?
That's funny.
Blake Malin.
Yep, that's me. I know how to deal with everything.
And you just got a new car. This is kind of like off topic, but whatever.
I mean, it's sort of relevant to Texas.
You got a truck.
I got a truck. I got a Ford Maverick. It's pretty sick. Actually, when I was in the never mind, this isn't that interesting.
Say it.
When I was in the dealership, first of all, cars are enormous. They had these like Ford Raptor edition Broncos that are ridiculously large. No one should be driving. Like, I don't even know how it fits on the road. Like, it looks like nuts. But in the midst of me arguing with the salesman, I saw there was like a sign with like the Ford GT from like the early 2000s on it. And, John from Brew, very successful young man, has purchased a Ford GT.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
He's got it on his social. And I was like, yeah, a buddy of mine got one of those. It's pretty wild. And the guy was just like, all right, sure, bud. And I was like, all right, whatever. Leave me alone.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my story.
That's cool. Congrats.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a pickup truck, Kyle?
No. I'm a wagon guy.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's I'm a minivan guy, unfortunately, but that's okay too.
Takes all
Anyways,
types.
what are you guys looking forward to? We're going back to Texas. What did you love last year, and what are you looking forward to experiencing in Texas this year?
I've thought about this a lot. I think Dallas has been one of my favorite fairs because it feels very like back to basics Windup. It feels like the first few fairs that I produced when I first started at Worn and Wound over 4 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. This is my 5th season of doing wind-ups.
Cool.
Crazy.
Oh, time flies when you're working
Winding
hard,
up. Yeah.
when you're winding up. It's now the smallest show in terms of number of brands, which I actually think is a great benefit. It means that anyone who comes through has really great opportunity for deep and intimate connection with the brand directors and owners and representatives who are at the fair. It's a little more laid back, a little more stripped down, and it's a fun contrast if you are lucky enough to be able to go to both like the Dallas Fair and the New York Fair. It has the same energy and excitement and enthusiasm. They just exist on like very different scales. It's like seeing an incredible stadium show versus like a cool acoustic set. That's like
a good
the
analogy.
two vibes of the fair. So I'm excited to lean into kind of the stripped down, back to basics, fun wind up.
Yeah.
I am excited. That's very cool. I'm excited about doing a little bit of just early morning kind of like exploration again. I woke up and there's a lot of really cool architecture in Dallas. It was like obviously booming during like the mid-century design period, and all of the big buildings have this just really cool mid-century modern like elements to them. But I, no joke, was walking, I think it was on Saturday morning last year, and there was a video crew filming a longhorn steer in the middle of the street. And it was just like right there, just hanging out. And I walked up pretty close to it and like took pictures and stuff, as a lot of people were, but just kind of cool, very Texas moment. But that was, just some urban exploration is what I'm looking forward to. How about you, Blake?
Yeah, what am I looking forward to? I mean, I kind of look forward to everything. Like, I always look forward to seeing people who I haven't seen in a while. And honestly, like, that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most. I think, not to like get too like kind of serious about it, but I went to Intersect last week and I got to see RT Custer from Vortic Watches. And for like those who are sort of following, he had a major health crisis that, was life-threatening at the time, and it has required like a long road to recovery. And like, I think seeing him just and like giving him a hug and like just saying hi, like just like reminded me how much I appreciate these relationships that I have with people in the industry, and that like, it doesn't have to be something as serious as a health issue, but like it's not guaranteed you're going to see them all the time. Maybe they're going to move on to something else, or their business grows and they're not going to be participating in Windup in the same way or whatever. And so for me, it's just, I think it's the people, like getting to see everybody in person. And I think I over the years have kind of taken for granted just like the organic development of these very like meaningful relationships. But I'm trying to not take those for granted anymore as much as maybe I did before. But yeah, I'm excited for all the watches. I'm excited. I think James, our business partner, is like very much focused on getting a cowboy hat.
I know this to be true.
Yeah, which I am not.
I think it could work on you. You could pull
I don't
it
know.
off.
We did this with the overalls and it wasn't working for me.
That's
The
not true.
overalls were great.
That is not
I don't
true.
know. It was a little weird. I think the
No.
overalls are work overalls. They're not fashion overalls for me right now.
Are you
It's okay.
sure?
I don't know that a hat is right for me. I have a very large head.
They're all. I feel like we've got to put you inside that Stetson Airstream, and they'll talk some sense into you. And
Here's
you
the
should
thing.
wear your overalls. I don't know if you guys watch
To Windup?
Traders.
Sure. I'm down with it. It was good. It worked.
We don't need to get into this, but there's a lot of problems with the overalls.
Okay, those on who are over the airwaves, you know what I mean when I say that overalls are having a big moment if you watch the TV show Traders.
Yeah. No, overalls are great. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get a cowboy hat or not.
I think you should.
I have been telling everyone that I bought Nolan Ryan Texas Rangers jersey to wear at Windup, which I'm very excited about. I hope it fits. That's also a thing I'm looking forward to.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't get any themed attire.
It's okay. You can go down there and get themed attire.
That's true.
Like a cowboy hat. Or boots.
Totally.
Yeah. Nelly,
What's up?
are you planning to do our big read of all of our sponsors? Sweet.
I'm excited. I have it pulled up right here. It's so this list is so much shorter than New York. I bet I could do this in 2 breaths.
All right.
Okay.
Let's try this.
So we shouted out some specific brands that are coming to Windup, our lead sponsors and our activating brands. But here's a full roster rundown of the folks coming to Windup Dallas. Sips water. Hang on.
Vamp while she drinks water.
Okay. We've got Accutron, Advatina, Aviate, Baltic, Brew, Bulova, Brooklotti, Christopher Ward, Citizen, Denison, Doxa, Duckworth, Dufresne, DUG, eBay, Elliott Brown, Ferrer, Formex, Fossil, Giant Mouse, Hodinky Insurance, Orage, Islander, Jack Mason, Jacques Bianchi, Young Hans Marathon March Lab, Maurice Lacroix, Micro Milspec, Miota, Mula Glasuta, Nevada, Oris, Seiko Clock, Serica, Spinnaker, Strom, Squale, The Watch Preserve, Trafford Watch Co. Oh, I couldn't make it all the way through. Venezianico, Vordic, Vulcane, Watch Innovation Straps, Zarek, and Yema.
Woohoo.
Well done. For someone who is trained in the theatrical arts, I was expecting you to be able to get through that in 2 breaths.
Okay, well, you try. You try, Blake.
I'm not trained. That's a good list of brands. There's a lot of exciting stuff in there. I'm excited to see it all.
It's going to be great.
Awesome.
It'll be a good show. Is there another fun thing that people should come up and say to me, and then I'll give them a free thing?
I think they should talk to you about the merits of overalls.
I was going to say overalls.
Okay, if you come up to me and give me one good pro to wearing overalls at Windup, not wearing the overalls at Windup, but overalls in general, I will buy you a drink.
I'll work on getting him to wear overalls to the event.
But I need to hear the case in Dallas. You know
Okay,
what I
maybe
mean?
day 3, if enough
Okay.
people come up to you. Just
Okay.
pack them.
No, I won't.
You won't? Come on.
Wow, that was a great podcast. Very excited about Windup Dallas. Let's run through the where and the when one more time.
Totally.
Let me see if I can do it off the top of my head.
Okay.
This is March 13, 14, 15. March 13th and 14th, Friday and Saturday, will be open from 12 to 6. March 15th will be open from 12 to 5. We're going to be located at 500.
Nope.
501.
501. South 2nd Avenue.
South 2nd Avenue in Dallas, Texas.
At Hickory Street Annex.
Hickory Street Annex, free and open to the public. Barbecue, whiskey tasting, hats, watches.
Shelby Cars. Lead sponsors. And if you need to find out more, where should people go?
WindupWatchFair.com.
Sure thing. And follow us on socials at Windup Watch Fair. And if we don't see you there, you'll hear about it from us soon enough anyway.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.